Hi, friend. Dr. Melissa here from the Human Longevity Institute, and I want to take just a few minutes to give you the skinny on getting skinny. Now, listen, I promise no fad diets, crazy extreme workouts, nothing weird going on here. We're going to just break down some very simple and powerful science, and it's the science of leptin. You see, if you have struggled on any level, being able to really effectively release weight, no matter what type of diet or exercise you've done, if you find yourself chronologically aging and finding more and more belly fat, unwanted belly fat at that, and it's harder and harder to budge or to get rid of, then I want you to keep watching because I've got some information. Because you see, the way that we have been taught or thought about approaching weight loss, fat burning, metabolic optimization, we think of it through the lens of calories in, calories out, and then the conversation around insulin. Do we have too much glucose? Are we insulin resistant? Everybody is pre-diabetic or diabetic, not literally everybody, but close to 60% of the population is. And that's pretty significant and severe. So that has really moved our attention to this very powerful hormone of insulin. And that is a piece of the puzzle, so to speak. So that's why there's these breakthrough drugs all around. How do we help to improve insulin sensitivity? How do we lower glucose? Of course, lifestyle, the things that we eat, our stress levels are a huge part of that. And yet, let's just understand conceptually what's happening. So stress of any sort, physical, mental, emotional, chemical, environmental, a lot of it that is distress. We are seeing it, we're responding, but we're keeping the foot on the gas pedal of life. We're not pumping the brakes to come back, to rest, to reset, to replenish, to rejuvenate. So the system keeps having these demands placed on it and overloads and overloads, and that's perceived as a threat. This threat is what triggers cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone that's going to say, we got to fight or flight. We've got to release some glucose so that we can fight or flight. Makes total sense. But we're all in modern environments. Got a lot of inputs. We're sitting and stewing. We are not fighting and flighting. And so we start to have the body go, wait a minute, too much glucose. We've got to send out insulin to mop it up. So we have this fundamental, just kind of growing accumulation of dysregulation of higher and higher levels of cortisol, glucose, and insulin. And from a longevity standpoint, that's going to accelerate the rate and pace of biological aging. I mean, you're going to break down faster. You're going to feel tired sooner. You're not going to heal as fast as completely. You're going to begin to have brain fog, and just your vitality of life starts to feel like it's slipping between your fingers. But it doesn't have to be this way. This is what I love about the science of longevity. But today we're talking about the skinny on getting skinny. So let me stay on track. Is that when we understand there's this top-down approach, it starts with the inputs into our system. The foods we're eating, the thoughts we're thinking, the environments we're in, they're all inputs that are either helping us to create greater states of health and healing and thriving, or they're literally weighing us down physically, energetically, emotionally. Okay. So if you have struggled, it's because you've only had a small piece to this puzzle. And so now, when we know better, we can do better. And this science and this real understanding around leptin, which is also another very powerful hormone. Leptin is produced in our adipocyte, our fat tissue. It is the hormone that tells us to either store fat or burn fat. So when we're having all this glucose and we need to fight or flight, all of a sudden, when the insulin is mopping up the glucose, the leptin says, oh, we got to hold on to that. Let's store that fat because we might need that later. Fat is fuel. So leptin fundamentally signals to say store fat or burn fat. Leptin also lets us know when we feel satiated, nourished, comfortable, full, good, without cravings or want or need. And so what has happened, the more dysregulated we are with the glucose and the cortisol and the insulin, the more we amp up what's called mTOR pathways in longevity, and we start to speed up that rate and pace of aging, the more we start to have dysregulation of leptin. And this becomes really bad because once we start to have leptin resistance, you can go back and clean up the diet and the exercise, but you can still really struggle with weight loss, with fat burning. And you can be like, I don't understand. It's getting harder and harder because the leptin resistance takes a lot longer to regulate and optimize. Okay, there's very specific things that we need to do. And here's what else is important about leptin. It is intimately tied in, as most hormones are, but this is a really powerful circadian rhythm hormone signaling molecule. That means it's really regulated by timing, light, dark cycles, timing of when we eat, and it's this beautiful flow. It should be, rising and falling. And so when we are living out of sync with nature, when we are in front of artificial lights all day, all hours of the day, we start to lose this natural leptin signaling. Plus, we're in a distressed environment. We're eating all the processed foods. We're just out of sync and out of rhythm. So we have these things that stack up. And again, you're doing the diet, you're doing the exercise, you're doing the insulin-based peptides like we're doing with our patients in our practice with semaglutide and things like that start at 250 and go up a month. It gets expensive. They got to use needles. It's not fun. But when you've struggled with weight, you are willing to do anything, And so yet when there is still resistance, it's going, what else are we missing? So here is the skinny on getting skinny. It's this piece of the equation around this hormone leptin and really getting it sensitive again, getting it signaling again, getting it working again so that your body can say, we're good, we're comfortable, we're full, we're satiated, and we don't need to store fat. So it actually starts to burn fat. You start to eat less, not that you have to do any crazy diet. You're still eating the things you love. You're just eating less of them. Now, really quick tip. I've already told you this hormone is tied into our circadian rhythm. So something you can leave with today. Step one, I want to give you something that's in your power you can do right now. Leptin optimization, like reversing leptin resistance, optimizing that signal fundamentally is lifestyle driven. Okay. If we're really out of whack, it can take some time because we've really got to realign to those circadian rhythms and principles. So step one, really simple, consider circadian fasting. Eat with the daylight, don't eat or fast with the dark. That's it. Doesn't matter so much what you're eating, it's when you're eating. Focus it on those light hours only. The next is to start to get back in kind of alignment with, if you will, with those natural rhythms, is to rise with the sun, go to sleep with the dark. When you rise with the sun, get natural sunlight exposure into your eyes within that first hour or so in the morning. Now, these are some very, very simple principles. This goes even much deeper. Now, if you have struggled and you're like, well, Melissa, I'm doing some of this, like I am doing it, but it's just taking forever, or I'm still not really seeing the gains. It could be that you have a lot of dysregulation in your system. But the great news is this human body is dynamic. It's responsive. It's incredible. And it's adaptive and correctable. So you're not SOL. You're not out of luck, okay? There are tools that you can use to bring your body quickly back into balance. And the first tool I want to tell you about is this product. Okay, this is kind of like the double whammy if you're really looking for some amazing natural support that is non-stimulatory, that specifically works with leptin signaling. Then this product, which I have an early advanced bottle of, the company is still in pre-launch. I was able to get some early samples of it, and start to use with some of my clients. And the results have been amazing. And I said yes to this because I was fascinated by the research. So this came out in 2009. And then it went into a big court battle because the company tried to steal the formulation from the patent holder, the formulator. And they tried to make a lesser version that cost less, but it didn't get the results. So when they first brought this to market in 2009, there were multiple clinical studies done in this, double-blind university placebo studies, double-blind clinical placebo studies. So that meant there was two groups. The control group did diet, exercise, and a placebo over 8 weeks. The study group did diet, exercise, and this product over 8 weeks. The control group, diet, exercise, and placebo, lost on average about 9 pounds in 8 weeks. That's beautiful. That's healthy weight loss. The second group with this product lost on average 20.3 pounds of weight, and it was all fat loss. And this was verified because they did DEXA scans. They retained their lean muscle. It wasn't water weight. It wasn't a destruction of muscle tissue. It was fat loss. And the group was in later 30s to early 40 obese women. And this was a profound study because studies are not often done on women. Most of them are done on men. So this was a really breakthrough study. The product came to market. It was out on the market for about a year. There was hundreds of thousands of users, and the case studies, the results, the testimonials were stunning. So not only did we see leptin improve by 43% in the study, not only did we see upwards of 4 inches decrease in 8 weeks and 20 pounds and greater of fat loss in 8 weeks, all by using this product with these simple leptin optimizing kind of lifestyle principles of some of these circadian principles around diet and exercise. And that's why, so you can get the product, like you can get it right now. There's a link below. It is not available to the consumer yet. We are still in pre-launch. This is not available for retail. So the only way you can get this is you've got to get a 2-pack or a 4-pack. The study was done on an 8-week. Each bottle is 30 days, okay, is 1 month. And so you get a 2-pack, you sign up as a member. You have to do an annual membership. It's like a Costco membership. So you can get this at a reduced price, okay? With your membership, you're going to get all this great lifestyle. You're going to get meditations and motivation and personal growth and mindset trainings. You're going to get fitness training. You're going to get a lot of beautiful wellness content that just comes with your membership as part of that one-time $50 fee. The product is only $135 when you're a member. Okay. So it's going to retail for over $160. So you're already going to get it at a reduced rate. You get 2 bottles and the company guarantees it. There's a 60-day money back guarantee, but you have to do the 2 packs. You have to use it for 60 days according to the instructions. And they believe so much in the research. They know how much this product works that they are willing to back it up. So that gives me a lot of peace of mind. I've got the clinical studies. I've got the 60-day money back guarantee, but I've also got clients on it right now using this. And I'm going to tell you really quickly, my husband, who has truly done all the things and nothing has really worked in any significant way. He's been on this for 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, he has released 11 pounds. Now, prior to that, for 2 months, he was doing diet and exercise and an expensive peptide regimen, and he only lost 4 pounds in 2 months versus 12 days, right? 11 pounds, kind of significant. So when I started to see that in front of my own eyes, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really significant. The stories of our clients that we've gotten on testing it are coming in, which is why I wanted to go ahead and put together a free beta program. And what that means is for 8 weeks, if you're feeling called to this, if you want guidance and support, all you have to do is buy your product, and I'm going to give you the program for free. So you're going to get to come in once a week with myself and my team, and you are going to get menus, you're going to get guides, you're going to get resources, you're going to get education on how to reverse leptin resistance with lifestyle. Plus, you're going to get just these incredible, you're going to get an incredible community and just that support the entire way through. We're going to do befores and afters. You're going to learn how to really tune into your system, how to monitor, how to measure and manage what matters. And you're going to see the ways that your body is shifting and changing, the ways that it's starting to re-regulate and optimize, the way your energy levels are going to increase, your skin, your hair, your nails are going to become more radiant. You're going to have a clearer brain, more sustained vitality throughout each and every day, performing more effortlessly at higher levels of true health and optimization. And this is day by day. It's really effortless. It doesn't make you feel any kind of way. It is, again, it's non-stimulatory. It's made with 2 simple ingredients that are in our food: polysaccharides and essential fatty acids. And the way that these combine and work, what they have found in the research is they've done it in a way that, again, they're non-fermentable, like a prebiotic. It works with the gut microbiota. It's helping to signal this leptin molecule. It's not leptin, it's signaling. It's a precursor that's helping with that signal optimization. So the body says, hey, I am satiated. Hey, I'm good. Hey, I don't need to store fat anymore. We can start to burn fat. And the results are pretty tremendous. So listen, this is the skinny on getting skinny. So if you have struggled, then now you at least know you can start with some circadian principles, right? You can start the lifestyle route, and that's perfect. Yes, if you're eating a lot of sugar, if you've got a lot of distress in your life, if you're eating a lot of things out of boxes and bags and cans, then consider if you can start to reduce. I'm not telling you to stop and go crazy. I'm just saying, can you start to reduce the types, and can you start to replace it with something that's more nutrient dense? So at the Human Longevity Institute, we teach a lot about bioactive foods. We teach a lot about food as medicine. These molecules literally talk to our cells and to our DNA. So there are ways to really nourish our bodies. And we're gonna touch on that in this 8-week course for you. So a lot of good stuff here. I could go on and on and on because I feel really passionate about this, and I'm seeing the changes. And here's the great news, gang. This is going to be available in mid-November for retail. So if you want to wait, you can just do it then. The product will be there. You can get it anytime. You'll be able to get that through me anytime. Not a worry. If you want to get in now and get the 8-week program for free during this one-time beta launch we're going to do, then I want you to get the product, become a member, get the year access. And here's the really cool thing. Not only does the company give a 60-day money back guarantee, they feel so confident that you're going to have incredible results that they have a feeling that you're going to probably want to tell others about this product. And so when you become a member, you're going to see that they ask you for your social security number because you're going to get a link. And with that link, you're going to be able to refer this out if and as you choose, as you start to have your own experience. And as you refer it with others, you actually earn a commission. And that commission is money you can put back towards the product. You can get and put towards anything you want in your life. But the nice thing is after you refer a few times because you're having great results and people are like, what are you doing, Lisa? What are you doing, Sue? Oh my gosh, John, are you kidding me? What have you done? You're like, I'm just taking this product. I'm taking this Zenith product from Awakened, and it's like amazing. It's patented. It's double-blind placebo study. It's literally melting the fat off my body. And they're like, how do I get that? Like, it's how do I get that? Because you're like, oh, I've got a link. I'll send it to you. And so when you do, and they buy it, you make a little a thank you gift from them. So that is why they do that. They don't do anything else with your information. It's private, it's secure, and so now it's your turn, my friend. Go ahead, click the buttons below. Would love to see you in that free 8-week program. Would love for you to go ahead and try that product yourself. I know I'm using it personally. My husband's using it. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if I'm not having my own result. And so the last thing I'll say to you is that when I had my son over 15 years ago, I had to have a C-section. I was always in shape. I've been dancing since I was 2 years old. I live and breathe longevity and health and wellness and optimization. Like, I live it. Yet my belly area, again, as I'm chronologically aging, that area around the C-section, it never really came back. My abs, my top part, but my lower, forget about it. Since starting this product 12 days ago, I am down almost an inch in that lower belly area. What can I tell you? I mean, like, the results are speaking. We all have our own journey. How fast or slow, how much product you will need, I can't tell you right now. What I would say to you is start with 2 bottles. If you know you've struggled for a really long time, if you've already got a diagnosed condition that's a metabolic, a hormonal condition, you already know you have hormonal dysregulation. You already know that you just never quite feel full or satisfied. You always have a lot of cravings, and you have struggled to some extent with weight or fat burning. Then please know, give yourself at least 90 days just to really have an experience. The research showed that while participants started to really notice changes within that first 2 weeks, like around that 2-week mark, the significant fat loss occurred in the second month. Okay, so you're going to want to give yourself for sure 2 months. Give yourself permission to have the experience, use the product, be curious, come into the 8-week program, be supported, and be an observer instead of like, I need this fast thing. Like, realize leptin is a cue pairing the outer world to the inner world. And it's calling you back in. Leptin resistance is a dysregulation of ourselves with nature, with rhythms, with timing, with just this balance and flow and ebb and flow. So let this be an invitation back into you, back into your greater states of effortless ease, of energy, of vitality, of health and well-being, looking and feeling your best. I'm Dr. Melissa. Thanks for listening to me so long. I just feel really passionate about this. So I'm really grateful that you let me share this with you. And look, you've got an open invite. So now it's super easy. Just say yes, grab your product, and then go over and click the link below. It'll take you into the program where you can get to the dashboard and get set up with that. All right. I hope to see you there. Take care.